some shoulder rolls. Oh, I am going to use the towel again. I'm getting really into this towel thing lately. It makes such a difference, I think.
Yeah.
It really does. Okay, I'm going to just roll shoulders a little bit. Hello, Miss L'Oreal.
Hi there.
Oh. We're just chatting and rolling.
I'm so needing this stretch today.
Oh, me too. I feel like I can walk in circles to the left.
Right, that's how I do.
Grab a towel. We are going to use the towel.
Okay, good deal.
Yep, or anything, a belt, a rope, a pillowcase, whatever. Anything will work. Yeah, do shoulder rolls in first.
Okay. I guess that's my call. I better get up out of my seat and pull myself away from the computer.
Oh.
It's like, okay, stand up. I swear I haven't like stand up and walked away for this all morning.
Oh, wow. Well, it is time to move.
Yes.
All right. Well, after just a couple of shoulder rolls, let's get right into it with the towel, because I think that's going to open up things a lot. And like I said, I'm really into this towel lately. I don't know where it's been all my life, but here, I'll go sideways so you can see a little bit better. I'm going to just start with it at my chest, feet nice and wide, and we're going to just squat down and reach it up as far as you can. I'm more interested in the reach than the squat, but the squatting portion just helps to kind of elongate everything. As much as you can, you want to just really put some good tension on the towel, really pull on it. And as you kind of pull it, you're trying to pull it apart, you should really feel that kind of movement in your shoulder blades a little bit. So we'll do several reaching overhead, and then we'll do some reaching forward as well. And you don't have to squat real deep. You can go sit and stand on a chair if you want. The point is not the squat quite as much, but if you don't squat down a little bit, you don't get quite the same pull. Let's do about 3 more that way. That's 1. Okay, now we're going to keep doing the squat portion, but now I'm going to reach it straight forward and then just pull my shoulder blades back. Reach, try to separate them, pull it back, reach and pull. The more tension you have to the towel, the more movement you'll get. All right. Now let's go up. Actually, I'm going to go lateral lunge and up for a couple. Woo. I felt that in my hip that I need to stretch. So lateral, as you're doing the lateral, you always want to make sure you're sitting back into your glute, toes are facing forward. And as you go side to side, you never want your knee to go over your toe on the leg that's bending. I don't know about you, but I already feel like my shoulders can move quite a bit better. Let's do 2 more of those on each side. Just big reach up. Oh, doesn't that start to feel much better? All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and face you. We're gonna do, so cross one leg over the other, and you're gonna kind of just stick your hip out and then rotate with the towel, so side bend. We're getting the side of your glute, and we're getting the obliques, getting the shoulders, kind of pull down on it. Line up. Let's try the other side. Kind of bend into your leg. Kick your hip out just a little bit. Side bend. Oh yeah. And just come on straight up. And let's just do some side bend this way. Just kind of really give yourself a good tug on that towel, and you'll feel a little bit more in your torso. Other side. Oh yeah. And let's just go a couple times. Really big circles around the world. Just 3 in each direction. So switch directions. All right. Nice. Let's just give it a little bit of an upper torso twist here, and then we're gonna set the towel down just for a little bit. We'll use it again. Not totally done with it. But I'm gonna go ahead and set it on the chair for right now. And let's go ahead and we're gonna do a couple of backward lunges. So as I lunge back, I'm gonna also rotate to the side. So I'm gonna repeat that 5 times on one side. Rotate to the side. Come on back up. Now, rotate. Looks like pinning this arm. Really gives just a little more stretch in the upper back. One more here. And I'm gonna come on right up and go into that single leg hip hinge. So really reach the leg back. I'm just using 2 fingers on my chair for balance. This is a great balance exercise, but right now, I'm definitely more interested in the stretching part of it. Reach that arm up to the side. You should feel a nice pull on the back of your hamstring. Nothing crazy. Let's do one more on that side, and then we're gonna flip over. All right, I'm gonna come this way, and now this leg going back. Rotate out to the side. Let's do 5 of those. Step back, rotate, and up, step back, pin that arm there, rotate. We're gonna do a bunch of things like that today. I think that's 4. Oh, my counting's still bad when I talk. One more. All right. And then again, I'm gonna go right into that hip hinge. So really reaching that back leg out, arm out to the side. If you don't need some balance, that's great, but like I said, I'm more interested in stretch right now. Yeah, let's do 2 more. All right. All right, now, this one's gonna be just a little bit different. I'm gonna do a little more on the hip flexor stretch here. This time, what I wanna do is we're actually gonna be leaning in and out of this hip flexor stretch as we pull and push. And as you pull with the arm that's going towards the front leg, you should really feel some good upper torso rotation in there. Lean into it, push and pull. Really squeeze your shoulder blade back. Okay, let's do 2 more like that. And on this one, let's put your hands behind your ears. And we're gonna rotate this way, and then come back this way, staying in this half kneeling position. Just trying to rotate at the shoulders. Try to keep your elbows behind your ears as much as you can. All right, let's do 1 more in each direction, and then we're going to switch knees. All right, so now I'm going to do the other knee. Okay, so same thing. I'm going to be reaching, pulling and reaching. Pull back as you stretch. Whoa. Really pull that shoulder blade back as we lean into it and then lean back. We'll get a nice dynamic movement in our hips. Let's do 2 more like that, and we'll go ahead and put hands behind our ears. All right, so then here, and again, let's go side to side. You may notice I do immediately that one side is tighter than the other. Unfortunately, that's totally normal. Let's do 2 more to each side. All right. And now, let's go ahead into tall plank position. And we're gonna do what's been named the world's greatest stretch. I always need a hand getting my front foot forward. That's okay. First thing I want you to do is bring one hand to your shoulder. Take a deep breath. Blow it out. And let's try to rotate up towards the ceiling. Eyes following your hands. Just hold it there for a second. Good, and come down and go the other direction. And come on down. Set that knee down. Bring your other foot forward. Let's get a nice little hamstring stretch in there again. Then we'll go right back down into that on the other side. All right, so back into that tall plank position. And once again, if you need a hand getting your leg up there, half the time I do. First thing we're gonna do, put one hand on your shoulder, deep breath. And as you blow it out, let's rotate up this way. Eyes follow your hands. Hold it there just for a minute. Not a whole, 2 seconds. And then come on down. And let's go to the other side. Awesome. And then come on down. Set that knee down. Once again, straighten the front leg. Reach with your opposite hand. Just get a nice little pull back here. Never to the point of pain. Just a nice little pull. All right. And let's go right back into that position. And now putting your hands face down. Let's try to keep your feet on the floor. You're gonna walk your hands forward just a little bit so you get a good pull in your back. You can soften your knees. Go back and forth just a little bit with your legs. Get a little calf stretch in there. Feet a little bit wider. And then I want you to come up and you're going to try to touch your opposite toe with your hands, keeping your heels on the ground. Get one more of those on each side. Woo, all right. Right back down here. And I'm going to do 3 leg lifts on each side. So 1, 2, and 3. And then bring it all the way up. Put that leg right underneath you. And as much as you can, or as much as you're comfortable, go ahead and sink right down into it. I don't know if you can tell I'm a little fidgety with it today. I'm very tight back there. Much needed. Don't let yourself melt over it as much as you can. You should be getting a lot of stretch to the side right here, a little bit through your hamstring. And just reach your hands forward. Try to relax into it if you can. All right. And come on up and let's go ahead and do the other side. So again, I'm going to do 3. And then bring it up. And once again, try to melt right over it. I mean, this side is much looser than the other side. Reach forward. Oh, you should feel that all the way down the side of the leg that you're laying on. Awesome. And then let's come on back up into this position. Just for a second, let's just bring your knees down here so you're hovering. And we're going to rock forward and back just a little bit. And then go ahead and bring your knees down. And we're going to do opposite arm and leg reach, but this time, I want you to bring your arm out to the side in instead of how we normally do forward. So it's just a little bit different, like a Y. We're gonna come together and reach back out. Let's do 5 of those. So come elbow, knee towards each other. Slightly out to the side. And last one. All right, and let's go ahead and do the other side. Slightly out. Elbow and knee come towards each other. Last one here. Nice. All right. I'm gonna bring my knees just a little bit wider. You can go ahead and sink back, kind of reach forward, pulling on the floor or the mat or whatever you've got there. And then we're gonna do what's called the reach and roll. So all you're doing is from your knees, I'm letting my arms slide across the floor, getting a really good stretch in the shoulder blade. Come on back up, and we're gonna do that 3 times to each side. Slide and reach. Just let it pull behind your shoulder blade. Come up. And do that again. Roll and reach. And you should get a little more motion in there each time. All right, let's do the other side. Roll and reach. Oh yeah. And get your elbow all the way to the floor. Yes, go wider with your knees, that's okay. If kneeling is not fun, you can do this on a chair too. And reach. Nice. Now just to amplify that a little bit, take your hands, interlock them together. The bottom hand, you're gonna put to the opposite side, anchor it down, and just kind of pull yourself the other way. You should again feel a really nice tug behind your shoulder blade. Okay, come on up, switch. Go the opposite direction. Oh, and just let that pull. Nice. We're gonna do some stuff on our back, but before that, I'm gonna do what's called a tripod stretch. So you're gonna be on one knee, other leg is out this way. But again, we're gonna do a little bit of reach underneath as you come back into it. And actually come up on your hands and knees for a second. We'll go forward and back. Let's go forward and back 3 times. And then bring that arm underneath. Sinking back into it. Try to get your elbow on the floor. Come on up. And let's go ahead and switch sides. Other side out. Let's rock back and forth 3 times. And then let's take that arm, oh, this arm, wrong arm, sorry, and reach underneath. You know right away when you do the wrong arm. All right. Now, come on up. Let's go ahead and we're going to get on your back. First, we'll use the towel again, and then we're going to do some glute bridges. So first thing is you can either do this again with the towel, or you can just fold behind your leg, whichever you prefer. Bring the other leg up. Keep this one nice and steady. Bring the other one all the way down. Let's do 5 of those on each side. And last one. Okay, and let's go ahead and switch. Making sure we're keeping this leg all the way up. One side probably tighter than the other. And one more. Nice. Now you can put your towel behind your head if you want to. All right, we're gonna go feet on the floor, hands on your hips, and let's alternate. We're gonna do a single leg glute bridge. Just push up through your glutes. Alternate sides. Really important to work those muscles that we sit on all day, but this also will help open up your hips a little bit. Let's just do one more of these on each side. Now go ahead and stay in that position, but let's take your arms over your head, and you're gonna reach all the way up to your ears if you can. Keep your butt nice and tight. And down. Let's do 3 overhead reaches. Good. And then staying in that bridge position, let's try to reach the opposite side of the floor with each arm. If you need to set your butt down, go ahead and do that. Let's do one more reach to each side. Woo. All right. Now, we're gonna go ahead and go into, what time? Oh, we still got a few minutes. Hey, reverse tabletop. Okay, first, let's just kind of rock back and forth here. A little bit. Opening up the chest. And go ahead and bring your butt down. Walk your fingers back just a little bit more, if you can. Once again, get that chest as open as possible. Boy, the chest tends to get tight. All right, bring them back up. Now, from a kneeling position, we're still going to do another hip flexor stretch. But first, I want to take your arms one at a time, and let's get some big circles in there. Just really let it swing and open up the open up the shoulder. That's what I meant to say. And then go backwards. All right, and other side. You can get more momentum when you do it single arm. And go backwards. Nice. All right. Back on your knees just for a second. Let's go ahead and do 5 to each side of the upper torso rotation. Last one here. And let's go ahead and switch sides. Last one. Awesome. All right, now I'm gonna go 1 foot forward. If you need your towel, or sometimes grabbing the back of your shoe works really well. I want you to actually grab on to the back of that leg if you can at all. Let's get a much deeper stretch in those hip flexors today. Those are the source of lots of low back problems, unfortunately. And once you're here and you really feel that stretch, I want you to squeeze that glute and raise that arm up. That is a balance challenge as well, but squeeze that glute. You should feel a much more intense stretch when you do that. And if you need the towel, totally use it. Nice. All right, one more hamstring, and we'll go to the other hip flexor. And switch. And again, if you need the towel, use the towel. Usually I find grabbing the back of my shoe works pretty well. Even though you guys, if I didn't do this, I'm as flexible as a broomstick. This makes a huge difference for me too. I wouldn't be able to move if I didn't do it. Squeeze that glute. And then let's go ahead and get one more nice gentle stretch in your hamstring here. Almost done. All right. Woo. And before we're totally done, let's just do one more time with feet forward. And we're gonna go lateral, lock here, open up here. Other side, lock here, open up there. Nice, and just a couple of these. So hands back, reach up all the way to your ears. You should be able to get there now. Come down, shoulder blades together. Bring your arms in front, back, and up. Let's do 2 more of those. Out, big reach. Down. And here. And then the absolute last thing, I'll face this way, not to trying to show you my backside, but take one arm, pull it slightly towards the floor. And you're just gonna move your head a little bit forward and back, just to get a little more in your neck. As much or as little tension as you want on that arm. And then go ahead and switch. Woo. Wow, I feel looser. I hope you feel looser too. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Feels great. Thank you.
I don't see you, but I'm gonna try to do some HIIT at 3:30. So if you're up for it, let me know. Otherwise, thank you. You can